All right. Welcome back to the 72nd Annual Ohio News Photographers Association Still Contest Judging. We're on to our last single category, sports feature. So sports feature is an unposed sports-related photo that celebrates the role athletics plays in the lives of amateur and or professional athletes and fans.
Cool. Oh man.
Oh, pretty.
Oop. Oh,
Oh, wow.
it's beautiful.
Huh?
So with this category in particular, obviously that line between the cutoff of action and where feature potentially begins, it's even wider and blurrier. So it's going to be up to you folks to kind of set the record straight here with the judging of this category. It's a tough one.
We could have used a couple of these in sports action.
There's clearly some misclassifications here,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, that just goes to show you, you have to read the fine print.
Yeah,
That's okay.
and it really kind of speaks to the nuance of each individual sport too. It's a
Mhm.
tough one.
Mhm.
Where's
It
the
is.
action and where's the feature? It's tough. All right, just one in to stay as usual.
Okay.
Out,
Out.
out,
Out.
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 I want to keep
Out.
that just,
Pictorial.
oh, sorry, you're right. I apologize. Out. Thank
No,
you for.
I mean, it could be. It
No,
could
no,
be.
it's not a sports feature. You're right.
Okay, all right,
I mean, if the sports feature was umbrella carrying, it was.
all right.
Thank you.
So is this out from all three of you then?
It's out. Yes.
Out. Yeah.
Thank you.
Got it.
Out.
Out.
Out,
Out.
out,
Out.
in,
Mm.
Mm.
Out.
out. Sorry, changed my mind.
This is for sure out on all three.
Out
Yeah.
for
Out. It's an almost.
Almost. Yeah.
Out,
out.
out,
Out. Out.
Out.
out,
Out.
out,
Out.
out. Boy, that's cool though.
No,
Almost.
I agree with you.
It's an almost.
It's an
Like
almost.
swinging on the left, it's really cool, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
not there.
In.
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 Out.
Out.
Out,
Out.
Out.
In.
In.
Out.
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 out,
Out.
Out.
Sorry, that's an out.
out,
Yep.
out,
Out.
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 Out. Oh, so close. Out.
Out.
out,
Out.
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 Out. Out.
out. In,
In.
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 in,
In. Out.
Out. Out.
in,
Out.
in,
In.
out,
Out. Out.
out,
Out.
out,
Out.
Out. Out.
Out.
Out.
Out. Out.
Out. Out.
Out.
Are those popping up on your screen?
Yeah.
That's the regional sports editor.
sorry.
Hang on. I
Yeah,
don't
you got
reply.
cents coming in.
The assignments are coming in. Hey, that's a good thing, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
All
Out.
right. My apologies. Onward.
Out.
An in or an out.
Out,
Out.
out,
Out.
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 out,
Out.
Out. Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
out,
Out.
out,
Out.
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 out,
Out.
Huh? Out.
Out.
out,
Out.
I'll go back.
It's out.
It's out. Okay.
Out.
Out. Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out,
Out.
out,
Out.
out,
Out.
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 out,
Out. Out.
out, out,
Out.
wow.
Discussion, captions, anything you'd like.
The gentleman, the older gentleman, like with the face, hands over the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fun.
And I need it. I know what it is, but can I at least read the caption on the wrestler? Works the place.
Waste.
And okay. Oh my god. All right. And the one of the runners, the cross, yeah, that one,
What is that?
the rainbow.
A beautiful quality to it.
Waiting.
Cool.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
Can we see them all together? Like just
You sure can. Quick little
let's see.
slideshow.
Showing me notes. Hmm. I'm torn between two images that for standing for number one for me is the rainbow runners and the throw up. Sorry, working the wastebasket.
Yeah.
Yeah. The runners, the last one for me is first.
Okay.
It's just, we all paused at that.
Yeah.
And
So these are
it's
your
just-
two considerations for first place.
Julio, I'd like to get your interpretation of that, of those two.
Well, yeah, the rainbow one really stood out to me. And it was a nice way of implementing the athletes and the human interest into it, not just having the pretty rainbow or normally you see the rainbow with the field, right? You kind of want to give a real overall sense of a place, but this one's more intimate, and I think their eyes say a lot. I love that the rainbow is behind them, and they're obviously in attentive to something that's important to them, but like right behind them there's this beautiful rainbow. I really like it. It's feels really good.
I love the body language and the fact that the photographer is in a moment where no one else is paying attention to him, but they're looking for the straight past him or past them. And it has that great sensation of that, right? The being the fly on the wall. And watching this moment.
Yeah, both of those images are those moments where you have to kind of look away from the field of play and see what's valuable in that environment.
Exactly.
I I I think I think the rainbow is one for me as well.
Mhm.
It just jumped out at me, and then the wrestler one is just a comical, just fun, moment.
The only critique I'd have on the wrestler one is that I wish they did not crop the top of the wrestler on top. The head, to me, it's just one of those things. As a photographer, you really work on being aware of your space and not cropping stuff like that. That's very minimal. I know that, but that's the only negative I have for that image in sense, per se.
Yeah, I really like that. We didn't zero in on just the guy with the bucket.
Exactly.
The photographer pulled back to give us a sense of place, but it just a smidge step back, if possible. Who knows? It might have been a wall behind him or something. We don't know, but just that's just the little nitpicking there that where it comes down to when we have all these really great images. A lot of the times the cropping of something like that is gonna stand out.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think we're good for 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, photographically, can we go back to the contact sheet?
Thank you.
Yeah, the second one, even without the rainbow, that is a beautiful picture.
Agreed.
And what you guys said is, I was just kept shaking my head or nodding my head, because it's like, yes, it's a matter of seeing and turning away from the event itself. And I love those kind of moments. This is a better picture photographically for me. So to me, this is the first.
Got it. So let's see, 1, 2.
And I love that far right.
That one.
Yeah, it's just
Quick
fun.
question for Bob. Hey, Bob, is there a limit to the honorable mentions we can award? Just for the judges' edification, no limit to that?
Up to their discretion.
All right, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, I like that scene. It's hard to send people, photographers, go to the restaurant, go to the bar. This is a real community photograph.
Exactly. That's exactly
with the memorabilia on the walls and the empty beer, and I appreciate this very much. Can you forward it on picture? And nicely done. I want the next one. I want to talk about the next one, because you guys, with the girl standing in the tuba, you guys didn't respond to this, and I love these kind of I call them perimeter pictures or edge pictures. Thank you, Brian Moss. It's just sweet, and I if we could have more of this in our lives every day, I'd be happy. I really like this, but you guys said out, and I'm just I can go with that, but I just wanted to point out that
I'm with you.
The moments behind the event, and that's what we're looking at here. That's what we're awarding, and I really wanted just to say that about this picture, if it stays or not. Right.
I agree with you completely, because as a hometown newspaper photographer, those images is basically what you're always looking out for. And I love the fact that she's standing in the middle of a tuba, like who puts their makeup on at that exact
so sweet.
What made me go out, in a sense, did it stand strong enough by itself with the crop in the image? Because to me, it needs help with a crop a little bit.
It does.
It does. And so,
a little wide-itis on the right.
Exactly, because I'm being distracted by the fact that there's the people on the left, the netting, the stuff, and
yeah, you could crop it.
It would need some help with the crop, but after that,
yeah,
exactly, the guy in the red and the gentleman on the left. So that being said, but that's not our duty. That's not what we're here for. Based on so, but I agree with that. That when we're out there as everyday community photographers, those are the images you want to make,
Mhm.
and that stand apart from your daily, everyday grind image.
This
So
really
Yeah,
reminds me of photo school days, photo one, where a professor would send you out and say, okay, photograph sports, but don't show me sports.
Right.
yep, exactly, very much so. So
the only thing for me, I completely agree with everything said. The one thing when you see them all together is there's a lot of emotion in all the other images. Even with the first one, there's some sort of suspense. Um, whereas the girl putting on her makeup, I feel like I'm missing a little bit more emotion from the people, and I get what the photographer is trying to do, just trying to give us a sense of place. And this is right before the football game or the track meet. But I don't get the sense of we're waiting, impatiently waiting for this event to start.
We haven't said anything about the third one.
oh yeah, that's true, we haven't. I think that it's a harder issue, harder. I think that the ability for the photographer to capture a moment at a diner is much more difficult than a photo like this of some screaming looking up straight up. So to me, I would like to, I think that third place would be for the diner photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm curious that the very tight face. I see some pixelation there. I'm wondering if it's just a monster crop of a frame. Which I'm not saying is bad.
Can we
but-
read the caption on that? Is that possible?
Choices were made. Choices were made. Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson celebrates his touchdown pass.
Huh. That's interesting.
I thought this was like a defense man.
Yeah, me too. Usually you don't photograph the quarterback scoring a touchdown that tight,
Yeah,
from my experience. So that's okay. But still,
yeah.
does it warrant enough though no? I mean,
I don't think it places.
Yeah, it's a really nice moment. And it's very aggressive with the crop. But I don't know. I think the access that you have in the following image, and even in the diner, the access that the photographer has, it's more valuable than the access that you get photographing a football game.
so and hear me out. I wouldn't mind just taking out that quarterback photo out and then debating about having an honorable mention for the other two left.
I agree. Are you good with that, Julio?
Yeah, I think those two are
Oh,
definitely
look at that. Wow, there's a set right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Versus-
and the great thing about this set here is that and we don't have to shoot the pro sports to go get the value of images.
I love that.
You're gonna get really nice moments when you go to your community, when you form relationships with your teams, and they let you into the locker room, and when you just hang out. I think this speaks a lot about the community of photographers in Ohio that are not just focusing in on the NFL, the MLS, and NHL.
and students should really know that when you're photographing these events and everyone's like, oh, I want to go to an NFL event, I want to go shoot college. I have to tell you, for me, I'd rather shoot a high school event anytime.
Better access.
Better access, better emotion, better
Yep.
stuff. It's just because
It's all heart.
that's the true emotion. And yeah, and I can appreciate that. And because I've done both and for 29 years, and I would rather shoot a high school event, hands
Yep.
down. So very good, very nice job. Whoever,
I think it's
very
also
nice.
important to note
Strong category.
that shooting the high school sporting events also helps build and garner trust within the community that you're working within. And more often than not, in my experience, parents whomever will come up to you. They'll give you story ideas.
Yeah.
I have not gotten a lot of story ideas out of pro sports. Just people pulling you aside and saying, "Hey, you should go photograph such and such."
Yeah. All you
Right.
gotta say, can you put me on TV?
Right,
One more thing on high school and community sports is that the challenges are much more greater technically because you don't have top of the line lighting and graphics and it just it makes you think more about the quality of your image as you photograph it.
All right. Are all of you set on assigning the order here? 1, 2, 3, HM1 and HM2?
Correct.
Yep.
cool.
1, 2, 3, HM1, HM2. Bob, you see
Yep.
that?
I'm good.
All right.
Love it. Nice.
That was harder than the sports action.
Yeah.